Welcome to my 2019 bullet journal setup. I realize that the year has already started. We're already a couple weeks in, but I am now getting started with my plans, and I am using a brand new journal, and I'm going with a much more minimal and simple approach for this year's journal. All my supplies and anything that I refer to, I'm going to go ahead and link into the description. None of this is sponsored, it's just what I use and what I like and what I have found works best for me and the way that I work. I started bullet journaling last year in May, and I did it for about 7 months or so, up until November. And I did a lot of experiments with layouts and different setups. I also used a lot of watercolor in my layouts, and one thing that I realized is, as somebody who is creative, I can get very lost in the art side of it, and I sort of got distracted. I stopped using the bullet journal for more of a functional purpose, so I want to switch that this year and go back to actually using it and keeping just what's essential. So going ahead with a very simple and more minimal feel, I'm starting with a really clean layout here. It's just a circle with the date, and I am putting in a couple of dandelions. I've always felt that dandelions represent wishes, and so it's the beginning of the year. It's a great way to start off with any hopes and dreams for the year. I'm just adding in a few of the dandelion seeds that are flying off into the wind, and then the cover page is done. This journal will be mostly used for all my plans and big goals and mapping those out. Also, I'll be using it to keep a habit tracker, like daily habits, and also a place to keep memories. I plan on keeping this journal and then having fun looking back on it. For any of my monthly tasks and to-dos, I'm using a separate pre-printed dated planner, which keeps all my events and also my appointments or things for my kids and activities and their plans. So it's easier to keep all of those things in one place and then keep this bullet journal just for me as a personal journal. Alright, so the next spread is going to be a memories and milestones page. I'm going to put in all 12 months here, and then by the end of the year, hopefully, I'll have some really great memories, and I can put all my accomplishments and any big wins or little wins that I have on this spread. So in an effort to really stay simple and focus on the function more of the bullet journal, I'm keeping my supplies to a minimum. So I'm just using some ink pens and a white gel pen and a little bit of washi tape. And then I'm adding a little decoration on the side here, doing a little border of leaves to match the cover page. Alright, so this next spread, full disclosure, is inspired by something that I saw Amanda Rach Lee do. And she is a big YouTuber. She has a big bullet journal following. So if you haven't heard of her, you should know her. I'll link her info below. I saw her do this grid spacing cheat sheet page, and I was so inspired. It's one of those ideas that you think, oh, that's so brilliant. Why have I not thought of it before? So I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of my most used spreads. The idea is that anytime I go to make a layout and I need to divide that page up into thirds or quarters, this will make it just so much easier and be a huge time saver. So right next to it, I've decided to put in an inspirational page. This is a quote, and going in with the same theme of the dandelion and a vision of wishes and dreams for the year. It says, "Dreams are the seeds of change. Nothing ever grows without a seed, and nothing ever changes without a dream." Debbie Boone. And I just thought this was so appropriate, and I'm going to add the dandelions along the bottom as a little representation, and also to tie back in to the cover page. So for the last spread, I decided to do a yearly overview page. One side is going to have my top goals, and the other will have a bucket list for the year. For my top goals, I have 4 different categories. I have health, personal, loved ones, and business. And within those categories, I chose a top 3 to put in there. That way I'm not focusing on too much, and I know that it's going to be more realistic for me throughout the year to keep these top 3 in mind. One thing I'm really excited about this year is to practice my lettering skills. I want to keep doing some more hand lettering and making time for it every week to really grow that skill, so that by the time it's December, I'm hoping to show a lot of improvement. I decided to go ahead and reverse out some of these headers so that their backgrounds are black, and then I used the white gel pen to put in some of the titles. I just like the way it looks. It looks a little bit cleaner and a little bit bolder. And then I also did the same thing with the word memories. I just reversed that into a black bar and then put in a little flag pieces on the side to make a banner. And as a final touch, I'm using a little bit of washi tape along some of the pages. It's really reflective. It's got a pretty gold shine on it. Okay, so here's the flip through. Here's my cover page with the dandelions. And then the memories and milestones page, which I can fill up throughout the year. The grid space guide page, which I'm really looking forward to using. And the inspirational quote on the side. And then my yearly overview, which has my top goals and then a place to put in my bucket list. Thanks so much for joining me. This was part 1 in my bullet journal setup video, so stay tuned for the next one. If you like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.